Okay, so this is our fifth assignment. We would be using the VLOOKUP function to develop a simple but hopefully effective uh, information system. So this would be nothing fancy. It would be kind of like making a cashier system. And the Excel VLOOKUP function is something that probably not many people have been using, but it is quite handy, quite useful in developing a simple application. Now, we would be continuing what you have been working on in the previous sessions, that is on your business idea and on the company that you have been building and creating. Now, you are assigned to develop a point of sales software with Excel's VLOOKUP function. So you have to go to functions and then go to the lookup and then reference. Now, a point of sale software is basically a cashier system, a system in which you can help the customers take the payment from the customers and give a receipt to them. And then you can later on, if you want to expand it, find out how many items you have been selling, what items are being sold popularly, and so on. And after that, you could make a form to simplify data entry, meaning you don't have to enter the data using just the spreadsheet, but there could be a form that you use to more easily input the data. And then you can add more visual elements to the Excel worksheet. Now, there are some tables that you would have to make. The tables would include, I'll show you what that means later on. Now the tables would include the type of product, members, that's compulsory, you have to make it. The other four are optional, but you get better points if you include those other four components or tables. Now I'll show you where that goes. Okay, so if you can go to page 30 of your book, at the bottom, you can see that there are VLOOKUP functions. And here you can see the format of this function. The format is VLOOKUP, and then you write down the main point that you want to explain, and the range in the table, and the index column. Okay, so here, take a look at this, but then I'll just now directly show in an Excel example on how to make it. Okay, so here's an example of the point of sale system in a toy store. You can see on the top, this is the table that shows what you're selling, who bought it, the price of each item, how many of those items are sold, and then this is the total price. This is the amount that is paid by the customer, and then this is the change that you would be giving to the customer. Now, this is the buyer. The buyer is Adi, and what he bought is a racing car. The code is M1, and the number of items he bought is three racing cars, each costing 17,500 rupiahs, a total of 52,500. The amount of money paid is 100,000, and the change is 47,500, and it does that automatically. So for instance, here, if you add more, what you have to do is just show an example here. I'll change this, for instance. I'll change it into, so I'll take this out. Okay. And then now I'll change it to M1. M1, automatically the system detects that M1 is a racing car and the price is 17,500. How many is bought? 2. And then the remaining information is given out automatically by the system. Let's write another one. Okay. And let's say Fifi bought a Mickey Mouse doll. So that's B3. If you can look here on the bottom here, B3. If you enter it, automatically it'll find what B3 is. And it shows that it's a Mickey Mouse doll. How many is bought? Let's say only 1. So the price is 15,000 because each doll costs 15,000 rupiahs, and the money paid is only 50,000, and the change is 35,000, and so on. So this is the main table that is being used as a reference for the sales table. In order for the computer to understand what M1 is, it has to look at M1 on the bottom here. M1 is a racing car. It writes it down here. And then the price of the racing car, 17,500, is put here. And the remaining would be connecting to each other. How do you do that? By using the VLOOKUP function. This is not using the VLOOKUP. This is just writing B3, B1, and so on. The VLOOKUP function starts in here. Here you can see the formula on the top here. VLOOKUP, value lookup, try to find the value, that's what the computer is saying, of B10. This is B10. This is the key that you want to find out, B10 here. And then where is the range of items that the information is put into? It's in A18 until C23. A18 is here. C23 is on the bottom here. So it's basically asking this one. Okay. And then the 2 here, the number 2 here shows the column that you want to show, meaning that from here, from this table, you want to show the second column, which is here. Okay. So try to find what B3 is. That's what the computer is thinking. From this range of table and find it in the second column. That's what the VLOOKUP function means. Now you would want to find out the price. It would be the same. Okay, VLOOKUP B10. And then where do you want to find the information? It's from A18 to C23, meaning here. And in which column is the information available? It's in the third column here. So here, column 1, column 2, column 3. In the third column, it's B3 is 15,000. It duplicates this value into here. And then, of course, after that, it multiplies using a formula, D10 times E10, right? So you multiply this times this, you get 15,000, and you write down 50,000, and then you get the change by subtracting G10, 50,000, minus 15,000, you get 35,000. Okay, so this is quite simple. The parts that I highlight in yellow means that you have to input the values here. You have to input this value, and these values, while the one in pitch are the ones that automatically is found by Excel in the reference table here. And then the ones that are not colored are the ones that you use a formula to find out the value of each of these cells. Okay, so this is your assignment. You would need to make this. You would, based on what you have been developing, the business idea you have been developing, make a simple point of sale system for that particular business. So you can see that another way to do it would be first to put your mouse in here, for instance. Okay, this does not have any formulas yet. Okay, and then you can click FX function and then try to find the VLOOKUP function, lookup and reference, and then go to the bottom, you get VLOOKUP. And then what's the lookup value? Okay, it's here. This is the lookup value. And where is the table array? It's here until here. Okay, and then this is the column index number. You want to find the name of the product. So it's the second column. So just write 2. Okay. Now you have to put a $sign there. Like here. Okay, you have to put a $sign so it doesn't go to different places. Okay, now you can try, let's say M2. Yeah. And you do the same thing here, but this already has a formula. But basically the difference is that it's in the third column. So 3 here in the third column, not the second column. Okay, so it's just as simple as that. After you finish, you can just copy it downwards. Okay, and then you can try if it works. Like that. Okay, so yes, this was about making an application, a simple application using Microsoft Excel. And from this, you can use different tables that you can include also. For instance, you can add a member table. This is just the product table. You can add another table, which is the member table. So you can have Budi part of here. You just write the code, the membership code of Adi of Budi, and the Excel system would be trying to find the member here. So let's say this is the code, this is the name, this is the address. And then Excel will automatically try to find where that buyer comes from. and you can add other references as well. Okay, so that's the main functions. I hope it was useful.